injured, he's not going to leave them. And the man is so careless, he's so carefree, he's not working, and he feels that is how he should live. So in a case like that, where if the woman decides to leave the house, at the end of the day, we say it is the fault of the woman. She couldn't do this, but we forget that there's a man who has been somebody beating the wife, beating the children for no reason. For no reason. You are not working, your wife is working. She comes in late at night. When she comes, you tell your wife that she has gone to do this. She has gone to see a man. But you are not working. This is the person that is fending for the family. So we really need to look at it from the angle of the men. The men have, so many men these days behave like women, and they have roles to play in this. And also we need to, in this our age and time, we need to understand that the Bible still remain our locus classicus, that is the most revered book as Christians that we follow. So we need to pay attention to what the Bible says. Of course, the Bible talked about divorce, and it gave the basis for divorce. But a lot of us these days, when little issues happen, because we see it on social media, we are quick to say that is the way to go. Let me just jump into it. Let's divorce. Marriage is not do or die affair. Marriage is not
with the excuse that peace of mind.
My peace of mind
important.
Of course.
My mental health is more important.
Yes, and you forget about the children. So we have limited time, but you as viewers, you can actually still call in to tell us what you think about what we are discussing. How this issue of divorce and separation can be, and the effect on it on our children. We see them happening around us a whole lot. Abigail, let's talk about the effect now, because we have less than 10 minutes. I know we have said a whole lot, today I've said things, but let me get your own thoughts on that. How grievous, how big is the effect?
Oh, the effect is it's so devastating, and it's something that passes through the heart of people out there that see this effect on those on children who their parents are going through divorce or separation. One of the things is parental love. You know, when there's a divorce, when there's separation, the love those children get to have is not balanced. Let me put it that way. It's not balanced. Maybe when the children are separated, they may go with their father, they may go with their mother, or the father is not there, the mother is not there. And when that love, yes, the mother which they may be staying with, will be giving them the love they need, or the father they may be staying with, may be giving them the love they need. But something is missing, which is the parental love, which is the coming together of the father and mother to do or to bring up that children in love. You know that many children today, when they learn a lot of things from their parents. If they are learning something from their mom or their dad they are staying with, what of the other partner? What did they get to learn from it? And looking at divorce and separation, it has a lot of effects on children, especially even not just either the child is still small or they are grown-ups. It causes, when children, they are so observant that they know when something is wrong with their parents, and it affects them academically, it affects them psychologically, it makes them it can bring depression, anxiety, and a lot of things. They won't be able to mingle up in the social life or with their friends and everything. When they are with their friends, they may just be moody, they may be dull, they may just, and academically, you know, when we see it out there in which children, when they may be performing very great in their studies, but when issues are coming up from the family, they begin to drop academically, and it affects their grade in the school, it affects their performance, and they don't really involve themselves in things that they do on the normal days. So it's a painstaking thing that parents should put in place, and they should look at when they are trying to bring about divorce or separation between them and their spouse.
All right, I said this thing, it might be funny. I was telling my wife, funny, but if you look at it, it's true. I was saying how that when our parents even did with us, we spoil, not to talk of when parents not there at all. So you can imagine, we are not perfect, even with the parents being there, not to talk of the one that there was just no parents, one parent, and there's no parent affection at all. You know, one of those events that those children become prey to people around them.
Of course.
Those people, those people who are available at that time for them. You know, when the parents are not there to curtail you, to tell you this is what to do, this is what to do, you become prey. When you go outside the street, People who are kind of a shoulder, provide a shoulder for you, now influences you. They can tell you this is what to do, even when it's wrong. Nobody's telling you that it's not wrong. Then you fall a prey to them. That is one of those biggest, one of those other side of it.
And some of the effects are just introduction of destructive behavior, like she mentioned in the case of Mohbad. You know, when your parents are separated and you are not getting the kind of care you should get, you get easily influenced by peer pressure, also that you are introduced to things you shouldn't be introduced to, smoking, living home, on nobody's checking on you to say, is this boy or is this girl back, and all of that. And it brings some feelings of, at times you feel guilt when you see parents, other parents loving their children. You have some sense of guilt. I need this kind of thing, but I'm not getting, you know, and it leads to also loss of adapting to change. You know, they can no longer adapt to change easily. You know, when they see things, they begin to look at it being strange. They see some certain things as being strange. This has never happened in my space. This has never happened in my life, and it also affects the academics. It also affects the academics, you know. They can't concentrate in school. They see a lot of children doing extraordinarily well, and it looks like, wow, how are they doing these things? You know, because there is joint hands covering those children, and me, I'm just alone in my space. Nobody's telling me go and read at this time. It's only when with my discretion I do things. And if it happens at a tender age, it's more destructive, because the child, it begins to form the formidable years of the child. When maybe it's even happened with fights, just like the case we read yesterday of a mother using pestle to break the head of the father in the presence of the child. Imagine that kind of child, what will be going through the child's mind. Even the child now is now the eyewitness. He's the one giving the eyewitness report. So he has the information in his brain already. He's processing things. He might grow up to live up to what he saw the mother do, or expecting his wife to be that brutal in nature. Because one of the things
they eventually get married.
Before I go, one of the things I even heard from that boy is he said the mother has been telling the father that I'm going to kill you and run away.
Okay, and eventually, so we have less than 2 minutes. I know I want to quickly state that some other time on this program we are going to bring in an expert to actually talk about this issue, because it's a big issue. Hopefully we get an expert later on the show, maybe next week, to talk about this issue that we are discussing. But final words from us. We have less than 2 minutes for now, for this program. No final words, final words from this program. Tolu, your final words, Bible.
All right, I will say that parents, whatever they are going through, they shouldn't involve the children. They should think of the children's future. So even when they are having issues, they should consider the children. So they should, even if they can't resolve it, they should put the love of the children at heart and make sure that they come together to train the children, even when they are being separated. So they should think of
Abigail.
What I have to say is the parents should consider the future of the children. Because what we do in the present, what we allow in our marriage, we should consider the effect it will have on them. Not just for our own personal reasons, but for the future of that child.
Also, thank you very much. I won't be able to take your thoughts again, Body, because of our time. Like I said, we're going to have an expert to talk about this issue later. Pastor Solomon told us about courageous decisions this morning. And when it comes to children, comes to separation and divorce, we have to take courageous decisions. You have to consider the children, even in the midst of it. You have to look for a way to resolve your differences so that it won't affect your children, because that is the reason why we are there as parents. This is how far we can go on the program today and this week. In case you missed the repeat broadcast in case you missed this episode, rather, you can watch the repeat broadcast by 10 p.m. today. And if you missed any of the episodes, go back to our Facebook page. You can rewatch and relive the experience with us. By next week, Monday, it's public holiday, but we are going to be here to bring you fresh episode of this program. I want you to stay blessed. Enjoy your weekend. Have fun. No matter the condition of the land and the country, always know that God loves you, and so do we. Bye for now.